Welcome to our Infographic Captain channel. Today we're going to take a deep dive into the history of Genghis Khan's failed attempts to conquer Japan. First, let's start with some background on Genghis Khan. He was a Mongolian warrior and emperor who founded the Mongol Empire, which at its peak was the largest contiguous empire in history. Genghis Khan was a brilliant military strategist and was known for his conquests and military campaigns that expanded the Mongol Empire across much of Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. One interesting fact about Genghis Khan is that he was an extremely skilled horseman. He was able to ride a horse at full gallop while shooting arrows with remarkable accuracy. Let's find why Genghis Khan had his eye on Japan. We can almost picture Genghis Khan, the great conqueror, sitting on his throne, surrounded by his advisors. You know what we need, guys? Another country to add to our empire. But where to conquer next? How about Japan, my lord? It's got a strategic location and potential resources. Ah, yes, Japan. The place with all the tiny islands and chopsticks. Perfect for a Mongol invasion. But in all seriousness, there were several reasons why Genghis Khan was interested in expanding his empire to include Japan. First, Japan was strategically located in the East China Sea, which would have given the Mongols a significant advantage in controlling trade routes and expanding their influence in the region. Additionally, Japan had abundant natural resources, such as timber, minerals, and fertile land, which would have been valuable assets to the Mongols as they sought to build their empire. Let's explore why did the Mongols fail to conquer Japan? Stick around to discover the fascinating role of samurai in Japan's defense. Number 1. The power of the Japanese Navy. Japanese were like the Ferrari of the seas, fast and furious. They had sleek ships like the Sengokubun and Daijunkan that could outrun and outmaneuver the clunky Mongol vessels. Number 2. The geography was their BFF. Another reason why the Japanese held their ground was the geography. I mean, have you seen the Japanese archipelago? It's like a giant obstacle course designed by nature to keep invaders at bay. There are mountains, forests, rivers, and rocky shores everywhere, like a giant puzzle that only the locals know how to solve. And if that wasn't enough, the ocean surrounding Japan is notorious for its deadly typhoons and currents. So the Mongols were basically trying to invade a ninja training camp, blindfolded and with an inflatable boat. Not a smart move. Number 3. Strategic alliances with neighboring kingdoms. The Japanese were not isolated from their neighbors, and they had formed various diplomatic and military alliances with the Korean kingdoms of Goryeo and Bakshi, as well as with the Chinese Song dynasty. These alliances provided them with crucial support, including intelligence gathering, military aid, and supplies. They also helped to disrupt the Mongol supply lines and communication networks by launching attacks on their logistics bases and messengers. Number 4. Kamikaze. If you thought the above reasons were impressive, wait till you hear about the amazing forces of nature that helped Japan fend off the Mongols, the Divine Wind, or Kamikaze. In 1274 and 1281, the Mongols launched 2 massive invasions of Japan, with a fleet of ships and an army of soldiers and siege weapons. They thought they had it all under control, but they weren't prepared for the wrath of the Divine Wind. As they approached the Japanese shores, powerful typhoons hit them hard, wrecking their ships and taking down their men. It was like a Titanic movie scene, but with way more screaming. Number 5. Samurai. The samurais were the real deal when it came to combat. The Mongols were convinced that they could easily conquer Japan, having already ravaged numerous territories, but they had no idea what they were up against. The samurais were not your average soldiers. With their unwavering code of honor, rigorous training in martial arts, archery, and horse riding, and their willingness to lay down their lives for their country, these warriors were a breed apart. When the Mongols arrived with their ships and armies in 1274 and 1281, the samurais were vastly outnumbered and outgunned. They had something that the Mongols did not, a plan. They knew exactly how to take advantage of the Mongols' weaknesses, using their superior knowledge of the rugged terrain and psychological warfare to outsmart and outmaneuver their opponents. The samurais were able to defend Japan with honor and dignity, earning their place in history as some of the most badass warriors of all time. Genghis Khan's unsuccessful attempts to conquer Japan significantly weakened the Mongol Empire's military and political power, damaging its reputation for being unbeatable and leaving it vulnerable to future attacks. In contrast, Japan was strengthened by the failed invasions, which fostered a sense of national pride and unity, while preserving its cultural heritage. The samurai who bravely fought against the Mongols became national heroes and symbols of Japanese courage and resilience. The Mongol Empire's failed invasions of Japan was a major setback for the Mongol Empire, as it weakened its military and political power. In contrast, Japan was strengthened by the failed invasions. The samurai who fought against the Mongols became national heroes, and the invasions helped to foster a sense of national pride and unity in Japan. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more history videos.